Welcome to the Lose Weight, Live Life podcast. If you're a female professional or entrepreneur who would do anything to lose weight, yet finds it impossible to stick to a diet, to eat less, or just what you think you should, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life and weight coach, Clair MACKENZIE. Listen in to learn how to stop overeating, lose weight for the last time, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, all without diet deprivation and self-sabotage. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Lose Weight, Live Life podcast, episode number 79. Today, I want to talk to you about your weight and the warmer weather. But before I do, I want to give you a quick update with regards to what's happening inside of the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy. So right now, the Academy is closed for monthly enrollment. It will open again at the end of April in preparation for the next Food for Thought program that will start in May. And I'll share more about that over the coming weeks. But if you don't want to wait until then, there is the option of enrolling in the Academy for 12 months and getting started with 6 weeks of private coaching and support right now. When you do this, you get immediate access to all of the coaching materials from January of this year, including the 10-week Food for Thought program, call replays, and all the worksheets and all the Q&A and coaching calls. You can find out more about this at www.thebestyou.coach/12, so the numbers 1, 2, offer, so 12 offer. www.thebestyou.coach/12 offer, or one word. And if you enroll before the 1st of April, you can come and join us for the 100 Urge Challenge. The 100 Urge Challenge is something that we are doing in the Academy in April to help Academy members learn and practice the skill of getting comfortable feeling food urges without resisting them, which essentially means not using willpower to avoid them and also avoiding eating. So it's about not eating and not using willpower in response to feeling that sort of compelling urge to eat, but instead allowing yourself to feel the discomfort of that in a way that as you practice it will start to feel easier, and also you decondition those urges as well. So your brain will start to suggest you eat things less often. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that if you're in the Academy, of course, over the coming days. And look forward to getting started with you on that from the 1st of April. Okay, so let me get on with what I want to talk to you about today. So you may well have noticed, if you're in the UK, that we've had some sunnier days and warmer weather this week. And I do love spring sunshine. I notice and appreciate it so much because it contrasts to the colder, grayer days that came before. And yet I have noticed very familiar thoughts about what should I wear and how much skin do I want to expose, and thoughts about flabby arms and less than perfect legs. All the thoughts that have come up from years of being desperately uncomfortable, trying to cover up as much as possible in the hot weather, whilst also trying to stay cool, not something that's easy to do. And so I was reminded of the mental weight that comes from not liking what we weigh or the clothes size that we wear, and how the warmer weather is a little bit bittersweet for those of us that feel that way. Now, in years gone by, my response would have been to promise myself I would go on some probably fairly extreme restrictive diet. As I've mentioned this before in the podcast, my pattern would be that I would calculate how many weeks until my summer holiday, times that number by 2 for 2 pounds lost per week, and use the vision of losing all of that weight by summer to help me to feel better in the moment. Then probably by the middle of the following week, I would most likely have failed and would be feeling worse than ever. And if you resonate with what I'm sharing here, if this pattern is familiar to you, then here are some alternative ways to feel better about yourself and ditch that mental weight whilst lovingly nourishing your body to a lower physical weight too. So it's about deciding to break that on-off diet cycle that doesn't give you what you want, and learn to appreciate your body no matter its weight, size, or shape. Because when you appreciate your body, it's so much easier to do things that are taking care of it, nurturing it, and making it healthier. So here are 6 ways that you can do just that. So as I sort of alluded to before, number one thing that I want you to think about is being very careful, thinking very carefully before doing any type of diet or restrict food in a certain way that doesn't look like you eating or doing something that you would want to do for life. If it's not a way of eating that feels good to you day by day and is just a means to an end of you getting what you think you want, then I want you to know that such diets tend to immediately put you into battle with yourself, which is exhausting and can leave you feeling worse than you did before you started when you don't manage to stick to the diet or you lose some weight and then regain it. Instead, think how you would be eating if you were the weight that you wanted to be right now, and then make small changes to get you there. Think about what foods you can eat that you love, that are nourishing to your body, and also helping you to lose weight. And of course, exactly what we do inside of the Lose Weight, Live Life Academy. But if you're not in the academy and you notice yourself being drawn to the latest sort of fad diet or wanting to calculate how much weight you could possibly lose before summer, then I encourage you to just sort of take a step back, take a deep breath, and think about how you want to eat to be the weight that you want to be. Because how you ultimately eat when you're losing weight is not going to be that different to how you eat when you're maintaining your weight. So we want to always look at eating in a way that feels good and loving and healthy and nourishing, and that we can incorporate into our life that feels easy and doable and achievable. Okay, that's the first thing I want you to think about. Secondly, notice the preconditioned thoughts that you have about your body and decide whether you want to continue thinking them. So all of us have preconditioned weight bias. We've had decades of programming by society, the food industry, and the media. We've been led to believe that thin is better than fat. We think we need to adhere to some universal image of what is good or acceptable in order to feel okay about ourselves. That is not the case. And when we believe that, and as so many of us do, when we think we don't measure up to this acceptable level, we create layer upon layer of negative thoughts about our bodies and ourselves that fuel us to doing things to avoid those feelings that, of course, often include eating. And those thoughts and feelings, those negative thoughts and feelings, aren't necessary. And if, like me, they come up for you more when the sun comes out or when you start to think about your summer holiday, it could very well be a great time for you to do some work on changing them, on deciding to let go of them or neutralize them. It's time to reprogram your brain, to reset your internal weight bias, to ditch that mental weight you're carrying around that you have about your thoughts, about you and yourself. Okay, so something that you can do. So number 3 is act as if you have a body you love right now. Now, this might look like you taking the time to, put on some body lotion every day, or to shop for clothes you love right now, instead of thinking your body needs to be smaller in order to be worthy of clothes that make you feel good. Essentially, it's about you treating your body as if it is your most prized possession, because guess what? It absolutely is. What small things can you do for your body that demonstrate how much you care about it? So as I said, we've got things like putting body lotion on our body. It might be, sort of putting on some high factor sun cream and giving your body the gift of feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin. Just small things that when you do them will help you shift the thoughts you have about your body and leave the self-criticism behind. Number 4 is to do some passive unconscious body acceptance thought conditioning. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So in society in general, progress is being made in terms of using bodies of all shapes, sizes, and ages in mainstream media. Now, granted, there is a very long way to go, but the shift has started. So much of your internal weight bias is unconsciously programmed, but the body positivity movement is an opportunity for you to undo some of that programming. But right now, you're going to want to, in order to do that, there's not enough out there yet in mainstream media. So you're going to want to actively seek out and expose your brain to normal bodies on show. And Instagram is a great resource for doing this. Look for body positive Instagram accounts to follow and look for people who you resonate with. You want to find people who maybe look a bit like you, who are a similar age or body shape or have similar hair, somebody who you resonate with that is really, really comfortable displaying how beautiful their body is. Now, your brain may want to judge or reject these images internally because, of course, that's what society has programmed us, your brain, to do. But the more you flood your Instagram feed with body positivity images, the more quickly they will become normal to you, the less judgmental your brain will be as you shift to really appreciating them and embracing them and loving them. And as you start to do this for others, it becomes so much easier for you to start to do it for yourself and your own body. Okay, number 5 is embrace clothes shopping. Now, when you spent decades shopping for clothes and most of the time hating the experience, if possibly, like I have, it can be easy to want to avoid clothes shopping. And now with so many high street stores closing down, it can be easy to just not bother. And I want to encourage you to embrace online shopping. I've learned from my teenage daughter, who has parcels delivered to the house frequently and also has a planned trip to the post office to make the returns. So I want to encourage you to shop like an online teenage girl. Don't go to the online sites of the stores you are used visiting, the ones that you always go to. Instead, do something like deciding what you would really like to have and use Google and look at all of the shopping options available to see who offers what, and then get experimenting. If you want a pair of white linen trousers for the summer, order them from multiple stores in multiple sizes. Choose the ones you like best and return all the others. I've discovered that shopping in this way is liberating and helping me find clothes that are the most flattering for my body size and shape. I mentioned this on a call yesterday, on a coaching call. I can't remember who I heard this from, but someone shared that they think of the clothes as auditioning for them and their body when they try them on. Rather than considering whether or not their body fits the clothes, they think of the clothes as auditioning for them and, of course, keep the item that wins the audition and returning those that just aren't up for the prestigious role of clothing them. Okay, so finally, I want to sort of share with you some ways in which you can think about embracing the warmer weather, alongside ditching the mental weight and the physical weight. And as you know, I'm a big fan of journaling. So here are a few journaling prompts for you. Number 1 is, how can I eat today to show my appreciation for my body? Number 2, what else can I do for my body today to demonstrate how much I care about it? Number 3, how do I want to think and feel about my body and myself over the coming months? And number 4, what thoughts about my body and myself do I want to ditch forever? Okay, so let me recap. If you've noticed some thoughts and feelings coming up as a result of the warmer weather, if you've started to think about your summer holiday and wanting to feel differently about yourself, then there's lots you can do right now to start ditching the mental and physical weight. And these include allowing it to be okay to not embark on a restrictive diet that has you in a food and mental battle with yourself. Notice the preconditioned thoughts that you have about your body and decide whether you want to continue thinking them. Number 3 is act as if you love your body right now. Number 4, do some passive unconscious body acceptance thought conditioning through looking at something like body positivity feeds on Instagram. Embrace clothes shopping in a new way. Remind yourself how you want to show up for you and your body every day through journaling. And of course, it goes without saying, make the most of the beautiful weather. Don't let your thoughts about you and your body keep you or your body hidden. Of course, it's highly possible that by the time you're listening to this, we no longer have beautiful weather, but no doubt we will again soon. So think about all the things you want to embrace when the sun next comes out. And again, as I mentioned, whilst the Academy is now closed for monthly enrollment, you can, if you would like, sign up for 12 months and get started with 6 weeks of private coaching support right now. When you do, you get immediate access to all of the coaching materials from January of this year, including the 10-week Food for Thought program, call replays, and all the worksheets and Q&A calls. And you can find out more at www.thebestyou.coach/12 offer. And that's numbers 1, 2, and then offer OFFER. All right, that is it for today. Have an amazing week or weekend, and I will speak to you next week. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and are ready to live a more intentional life, lose weight as a part of that journey, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, then I would be honoured to be your coach. There are 2 ways that you can work with me. You can join my monthly membership program, My One Life Academy, that gives you self-paced learning, supported by twice-weekly live calls and a whole lot more. Or you can join the waiting list for my next 6-month Lose Weight, Live Life Group Coaching Mastermind Intensive. Go to www.thebestyou.coach/coaching to find out all the details.